think you can balance all these things, but I think it's all about trading off your time and trading off different parts of you, whatever's needed at this time. That's what's important, and that's what you need to focus on. So my secret or invisible ingredient is mindfulness. So mindfulness is how I create that equilibrium, if you can call it. I am mindful right now, meaning I'm present right now. I'm with you right now. We are having beautiful conversations, and that is me here right now. And I've had to trade off this time and this experience with something else, which is my 9 to 5, which is my assignment work, which is my personal errands or family time. So there's always going to be that trade-off. You can't really balance everything at once, because at the end of the day, I am one person and I am governed by time. I live within time. And what I can give is who I am now, presently. And so I always try to just think about, how can I be the best version of myself here now and give you a lot of me and not have my mind wander off into other things.
I love that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how I balance, in a sense.
Yeah, I hear you fully on it. I am a hopeful romantic that balance does exist. But it all aligns with the boundaries and mindfulness and. I'm hopeful that like with progression of like careers and like conversations like this, that we'll learn how to draw the line in people who, if you give an inch, they want a mile. Like if you came here now, like you've just said, you've paused a whole bunch of things that are very meaningful and important to you, and it's like, yeah, there must be a level of gratitude and like respect for someone's time. But if I said, hey, come through from 8 to 1, and then at 1 o'clock I start asking you to do like odds and ends and freebies and stuff like that, a lot of people, probably younger or still figuring out their self, they're gonna like do it and feel a bit used or robbed of their time and their energy, and it's a conversation and it creates like stinky energy in general. How do you like you said earlier, you say things with respect, and that's just kind of how you roll with it. But like drawing boundaries with like persistent people, tell me about that, like how you kind of roll with that space.
Yeah. So it's all about firstly knowing yourself and knowing what you need at that time. I do also believe that as someone who is young, I have a vision, I have a goal. I understand that certain things I need to be aggressive with. So, but I also need to be mindful of other people as well and what's needed of me in that moment in time. So I can't just say, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to help with whatever it is because I'm busy with this right now. At the end of the day, you live in a community with other people. So I will give you my ear and see what it is that I can help with. But if I do see that it is against my current goal, my current vision, and what I need to do as an individual, then I will kindly tell you that, look, I may not be able to help you right now with this, but how about we think about another day, another time, and this is why I need to say no to you right now. Because I also realized last week I had sort of like a confrontational with a colleague that works in a different department, and he had a request of his own without understanding what is needed of my colleague, someone who's working underneath me. And I had to call him and say, we've noted down your request. However, we cannot fulfill your request. And he was like, why not? But I don't, and all of that. And I said, look, respectfully, it's not that we're saying no to you and your request. Your request is valid. How you feel is valid. However, it won't help us as a team right now because, firstly, capacity, we cannot fulfill your request, and we have a way of working in this department, and you need to adhere to the ways of working so that we can actually work well as a team, as an agency, whatever output is needed. So you need to be cognizant of the bigger picture and not just want to fulfill your personal request. So it took a lot because he couldn't understand that we're respecting him, but we have to say no in this instance. And he has to understand our boundaries in this instance. Yeah.
But people's shortfalls are their own, right? And I think that's important, what you stumbled onto about like a no and respecting like a no. Because obviously, my daughter's 3. It's a big word in our world.
Okay.
And I don't ever want to be that person who falls into that space. It's just like, no, 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 no. And what you said now about explaining the no, there's so much value in that because, like, I find with her, and she's like a fresh mind. That's why I use her as an example of like how people need to learn from kids to just grow, for us to grow in a more like better way, because they're like a fresh canvas to teach. And like if her dad like can sometimes be like, no TV, I said it is what it is, like that's his style.
Fine.
My style is more similar to yours, with that femininity and like giving the no and you the respect you need to know to understand it. No, we're not watching TV because school starts in an hour and I have a job.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to unpack a little more with her. Like the job buys the yummy things and the food and the play and all the cool things we do together. It enables our lifestyle. Get your shoes, we're going to school, and there is no TV.
Yeah.
But I find if I invest properly in those kind of conversations, whether it's a 3-year-old or a 30-year-old, we have more of an understanding of who I am, where I'm coming from, and it's about doing the best I can do in that moment. And you, like long term, I don't have to have that conversation every day.
Yeah.
Because now we have an understanding that school days are school days. Get your act in order, and systems exist for a reason.
True.
But yeah, that is... it takes a high level of understanding yourself and not falling into a thing that a lot of people, especially females, fall into, of people pleasing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a generational curse that we're just fighting that fight out here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what I am drawn to about you, is that your high level of femininity. And if you look at your Instagram, you know yourself, you are embracing that softness in you. And at times, like we were having a recording earlier with a chat, if you're fighting that inner femininity to be with the conflict of that we get put into now, where you're a modern woman, you're working, you should be independent, you should be also contributing to the world in a certain way. All of these things are like conflicting ideologies to an extent, where sometimes you're like we were saying, my bag is heavy, can a strong man carry it for me? Like I'm just a girl out here. Do you know what I mean? So tell me how you maintain your high femininity energy.
Like you're saying, it is so hard to live in a world where it forces you to be masculine. Like working in a corporate job, firstly, you're asked and called to be masculine because you have to initiate things. You have to be the one who thinks logically about A to B, how we're getting to A to B, and coordinating things, and you are making decisions, and you're not really being creative as well. Like my job, I am very analytical. I work with Excel spreadsheets, budgets. I'm completely different to the snare on the weekend. So how I maintain my femininity is my weekend is literally my sanctuary. Like I always make time for myself. I have a journal. And my journal has helped me so much in processing emotions. And part of being feminine is being intuitive, aligning yourself with emotions, being able to feel and embrace those emotions, and using your intuition to discern and to live a better quality life. So my journal helps me a lot. I also take I call them solo sunset walk dates.
I love
And
that.
in that time, I'm also just connecting with nature, connecting with God, and connecting with my purpose and my intention for that week. I also really think that being mindful and allowing myself to be creative in that moment also helps me to maintain femininity. But the greatest of them all is self love. Self love, investing in myself, taking care of myself, being intentional with myself, and allowing myself grace to heal, grace to learn, grace to grow. That is literally the key to unlocking my femininity. And I know a lot of people don't understand what that means, but it's so much more than just saying, oh, I'm just a girl and I don't do anything. I'm a damsel in distress. But there is power in being intuitive. I don't know if you listen to a lot of podcasts where billionaires are talking about just their success. They're
I'm on the
always
algorithm.
mentioning their partners, and how their partner's intuition helps them in their business dealings and closing deals, and knowing how to discern between this does not feel right. And it's not just about, oh, I'm lazy today, I don't feel like doing anything. But it's more of, you feel when something isn't the right decision within you. And often that guides you, and that is basically your guide, your inner guide, your inner spiritual guide, that protects you and that keeps you safe in many situations. I don't know if you've noticed. So they say butterflies are actually like a bad thing. It is your central nervous system warning you
I did see
about
that. Oh my
something bad that's going to
gosh.
happen. So if someone, like a
Unpack
guy
it.
giving you butterflies, like when I think about all my exes,
We've been wrong about butterflies.
yeah,
This is
like
just
this
go.
one ex, you guys, like I had butterflies like roar, like roaring in my stomach. I could never finish a meal in front of him.
And
I
you like
was,
this, waiting for them to text you or call you all
oh my
day.
goodness.
Red flag. Oh my
and
God.
and that was actually my central nervous system telling me that no, this person is not right for you.
They're not giving you peace.
And along the way, he ended up not being right for me, and I was so heartbroken by it. But you realize that, no, hold on, my body, my intuition was telling me all the way
All the
that this
way.
guy is not for you. He doesn't give you peace. He doesn't give you that security that you need to be yourself. You can't even eat your favorite meal and finish it.
I'm going to explain
That
the
is
butterfly
wild.
thing because I think we're very aligned on this. It is when you text someone or when you meet someone, right?
Yeah.
And you're always looking at your phone and you're excited and you don't know, like, are they going to ask me out? And you're kind of like, oh, I'm not doing much. And you're waiting and you dot, dot, dot. And you
Yeah.
like waiting for a response and you might get blue ticked. And he's going to hit you up later with a line like, I'm so sorry, but, and then you try and understand when you're just glad that they responded eventually. You're, no, no more. No
Yeah.
more butterflies, because a good person, a good partner, you don't have to question when the response time will be coming in, because they ease your soul and you have that access to not feel like you're holding your breath the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I love it.
Security. That is my
Security.
favorite word. And I'm learning that as well in dating.
Safeness.
You have to make me feel safe.
You have to.
And it's in the smallest of things, just physically, what you do to make me feel safe, your verbal cues, your physical cues, and of course, in all the other aspects of security,
Like,
mentally,
don't ever
emotionally.
rush me. That's something that I've learned with time. And it's not, and the people must never feel like it's like an attack of if you can reach this level or not with a person. Like I could not, maybe I'm just not the one for you because my life is quite high speed. I live on a timetable. I can give you 2 hours of like quality time if we do a meetup. But thereafter, I have shit to do. And I don't appreciate when people waste my time. That's something very like hard that I'm trying to, because your heart and your mind can sometimes be in a hard space. So like I had a weekend free and a friend of mine wanted to go to a morning coffee party.
Okay.
Very out of my comfort zone, but I love her.
Okay.
So now I was like, yeah, I'll come. And if I hate it, I'll leave. 2 things were learned that day. I am one of those people who need a little bit of a beverage other than coffee for like a party.
Okay.
I was so disappointed in myself, but that's just what I learned. And I also learned that even if something's not for me, my people, like she was more than happy to go dance her heart out, enjoy the party. And I was sitting in the sun, catching up on my email and planning my next day. That's just where I'm at in my life. And I just explained to her, like you said, with respect and kindness afterwards, because she's like, I feel like I'm making you uncomfortable. Do you want to leave? I was like, no, with me though, I'm got a 3-year-old boss all week who's like, get this, do that. I was like, on the weekend, I like to sit. Do you know what I mean? And some sun, but good music and a coffee. I'm a happy girl. But do I want to be like bumping and grinding with all of the other thousands of people? Not really. Because I am very like energy driven as well. Like I believe, like you said, that safety, that energy, and when you spend time with people, it's either an alignment or not.
Yeah.
That's just but what does your big picture look like? Because you're 28, you're very young, and you already have such a good knowledge of yourself and who you are and what you want for your world. And you never know like what's gonna happen, where the world will take you. But if you had to paint like a big pink picture of your life and your world, what's the 5-year vision?
Oh, what's my 5-year vision? I don't.
Interview
firstly,
now.
I'm I don't like to be governed by time because my God is not governed by time. I'll make it.
Amen.
So I've never really been a girl that says, oh, in 5 years, I want to do this, I want to do that. Because how many of us said that by 25, we'll be married with kids and I'm living in a mansion? Never happened.
Never
25,
happens.
You're literally not even knowing what you're going to do the next day, you know?
Yeah.
So my big picture is, firstly, I really want to live in alignment with my God-given purpose. That is so important to me, and that is what grounds me. And I want generational wealth. I want to build towards that. I really want to break generational curses in my family. And that comes with having that generational wealth and knowing that even when I'm not around, that my great grandkids are still going to be fine. My great grandkids know who they are, know who their inheritance is, and leaving behind a legacy. And that is my big picture.
I love and it's a deeper topic, the generational curses and things. Like that is alignment for me, like breaking those things, identifying them as you go along and giving yourself the grace to work through it and know whether it serves you or a space in this world we're building or not.